And we are live. Hold on, what is happening? Hold on, my video is frozen. Let me fix that. Alright, there we go. We're live. Hello, viewers. Can you hear me? Let me know in the chat because my technologies decided to bullshit me and didn't work the first time. And I spent half an hour sitting here talking to my wall. I forgot to. I forgot to turn something on, but still, it's not. I just blame it. Just blame it on the tech. All good? Oh, sounds great. Here, let me send. Oh shoot, I messed it up. Oh no, hold on. More technical difficulties. Hey, it's only my second time streaming, right? Third time's the charm. Wait, no, this is my third time. Oh, who cares? And chat. Oh, okay, perfect. We are back to normal. Quite well. Quite well. That's great. I can adjust my sensitivity. All right. So the title of the stream is what was the title of the stream? It was update. Yeah. So I just wanted to talk about like some stuff. I have some pretty exciting stuff coming out. This summer, you guys will probably expect a vlog or a blog of like a travel blog. No, that's like so basically I'll probably be going to New York and I'll be filming every single crack I get, every single atom of that trip, and posting it right here to my channel. So stay tuned for that. I can see my mom has joined the chat. Thank you. And yeah, so today I had a video planned out, but I forgot to turn it on. So let me just find that. And yeah, we were just gonna watch this documentary. It's about the internet and how apparently it is dying. And we'll see all that now. Let me just find it because it got lost. It has been lost. I need to dig it out here. Yes, the tragic tale of the internet. Okay.
It's incredibly difficult to.
Oh, hold on. So I don't know. Can you see that?
Why does Enbridge Gas
That's
offer
an
free
ad,
home
man.
upgrades?
Okay, here we go. Switching in 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, wait, I forgot to show you all my cool I don't know what did I do. All my cool things I did to my. So I basically customized my OBS, the software I'm using to live stream, and I have this cool background and all this, and it's all nice. This is my main. So, oh man, my camera's frozen again. Why does this keep happening? But this is basically my main thing. If I'm playing like video games or something, you can see my my thing down here. Oh, there we go. I'm back. Hello. You can see basically the video games down here, and you can see some of my other social media right here, like Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, down here. Yeah. Oh, I just got chat, man. I can't see my video. You can't see my video. Can you see it now? I think I am frozen now. Hello? Yeah, let me know if you can see my video. But, yeah, and then you got the... Yeah, you can see me. Yeah, it's sometimes my camera freezes. But, yeah, you got my live chat down. Let me try to orient down here. I know you're waiting for the video. Let me just show off my my hard work here. I spent 3 hours of my life. This was definitely worth it. That's great. You see all well. I will keep these settings. But yeah, I decorated it. Showing off. I gotta show off. Yeah. And yeah. Oh, hold on, my video froze again. And every time I switch, video freezes. It's so annoying. I gotta fix that, but I'll just keep unfreezing it every time I switch. So yeah, those were my things, and we're about to watch the video. Yeah, let's get into it. So let me just switch here. Unfreeze my video again. Jesus Christ. You always nothing can work for like when you're trying to do something, but like everything works for everyone else. All right, so let's see. Let's quit this, and yeah, it's a documentary made by this guy Moon. Shout out to Moon. His content is
Imagine
pretty
if
cool.
you lived
I
in
like to watch it sometimes, even though it's pretty long. But my attention span is also long. I don't know how that happened. I am Gen Z, and yeah, I use TikTok, but still, I like watching these videos. Whoa. Let's not go. I watched some of his videos, not all of it. I don't know what this. But yeah, this is the video we're watching, the tragic tale of the internet. And since I'm kind of live streaming here, it's very internety. I thought we might as well watch the video. So here's an ad.
A big war going on somewhere in the universe that always reflects on the markets, which makes people like me happy because
I tried Eve online. I mean, it's so complicated. When I tried it, I got so stuck. But yeah, anyone, please sponsor me. I need sponsors, please, I beg. But yeah, this game is very hard. Yeah.
By now, you probably know that the golden age of internet culture has fallen. But did you know that the internet as a whole is actually dying? A study in 2021 showed that only 57.7% of users on the internet were human, with harmful bots making up 27.7% of the internet. And recently, the rise of bots on the internet is growing, with the proportion of humans being the lowest it's ever been in the last 8 years.
Good.
As people are now estimating that since 2021, bots now make up 64% of the internet, leading to influencers like Karen Metry popping off recently by using a fake AI version of herself to sell to fans, allowing followers to pay $1 a minute to talk to the ChatGPT 4 version of herself, signifying how fake the internet's become in recent years. With
Yeah, even I notice this. Sometimes like I'm on my Instagram account, and I get all these weird messages from all these like women or something. And so I'm just blocking because like if you go in their profile, you can clearly see their bots, and these are all royalty-free stock images. Like there's been some person texting me. She's black, right? And I click on her profile, and all her pictures of herself are white. Like. AI sometimes just doesn't really click. But no, yeah, bots become super prevalent, and like people can even buy subscribers or viewers with bots and all that stuff. But yeah, I think there's stuff you can buy to like block bots. But yeah, okay, let's continue.
anything actually real being censored into silence. Just recently, big tech, the media, and government-funded third parties were actually proven to all be colluding to censor Americans' freedom of speech. And this is just the tip of the iceberg here, because what we see today on the internet is a far cry from what it was just 10 years ago. Because originally the internet was a form of expression. It was a place where anyone could be themselves, completely liberated from the world of government censorship, corporations, whilst permeating all the information in the world to everyone. Even though originally the internet was born out of a military research project funded by the Advanced Research Projects Agency, now known as
Yeah, it's crazy. In the original in the 60s, 50s, like internet, like they got the idea, and like it was like a military project, and then it was released to public, and now we have streaming, which is pretty cool. Yeah, wow, the internet is getting old.
as DARPA, and the whole goal of the internet was to create a network that could survive a nuclear attack. However, this quickly grew into something revolutionary, because soon in the 1970s, the concept of packet switching was developed, which allowed data to be broken up into small blocks or packets and sent over the network. This made the network more efficient and reliable. Then in 1974, the Transmission Control Protocol Internet Protocol was first introduced, which became the standard language for data transmission over the internet, setting the groundwork for the birth of the World Wide Web. Because as the internet expanded beyond the scope of military and academic fields, private users started to use it. And so in 1989, Tim Berners-Lee, a British computer scientist, invented the World Wide Web, a system.
Yeah, but even though the internet is technically like from like the 70s or the internet as we know it today, it was probably from the 90s, so it's not too old, but still it's like the original internet is like now like 50 years old, which is crazy.
System of interlinked hypertext documents accessed via the internet. And that's why once the 90s came around, the internet truly went mainstream. In 1991, the World Wide Web was made available to the public, and it exploded in popularity. Businesses everywhere jumped on it. It was a new gold rush, as the internet was seen as a tool that would empower individuals, promote freedom of expression, and facilitate the growth of businesses. The first web browser, Mosaic, was launched in 1993, and Mosaic made the web so much more
Mosaic? I've never heard of this web browser. X Windows System, Microsoft Windows, Macintosh. Oh, okay. So it's like has to do. Okay, never heard of Mosaic. I heard of like the Mac and Windows and Dolly or the what's it called? The old DOS computers, but I never heard of Mosaic.
accessible to users. And because of this birthed the internet's most iconic companies. Companies like Amazon in 1994, Yahoo, eBay, and eventually Google in 1998. And it was in this same period that the Californian ideology was taking off, a term that was coined around the mid-90s by media theorists Richard Barbrook and Andy Cameron, who used the term to describe a new political and social philosophy emerging from the San Francisco Bay Area, the heart of this booming internet industry. Now, they describe this philosophy as being a blend of the freewheeling spirit of the hippies and the entrepreneurial zeal of the yuppies, mixing up the countercultural radical.
Wait, what? What did he say? What did he say? The yuppies?
Now, they describe this philosophy as being a blend of the freewheeling spirit of the hippies and the entrepreneurial zeal of the yuppies, mixed.
The yuppies? What is that? What's a yuppie? Wait. What is what did they say, yuppie? I've never heard of that. Hold on. A yuppie. What? Okay, I hippie, but what's a yuppie? I've never heard of that.
Broken.
A yuppie, short for young urban professional or young unravelable mobile professional. It's a term coined in the early 80s for young professional person working in a city. Oh, so it's like a city. Oh, okay. It's my yuppie. Okay, urban professional. Right. Okay, so I guess like an older phrase. I guess it's slang, right? Derogatory. Yeah. It's slang. Oh, wow. I never knew what a yuppie is. I mean, I never heard about it. I never heard that term. A yuppie. Is that Donald Trump? Wait, what? Yeah, Christian Bale is a yuppie. Yeah, here's a Interesting. I never heard that term. Yeah, why did this skip all the way forward? Where is this? Yahoo. Okay.
By media theorists Richard Barbrook and Andy Cameron, who used the term to describe a new political and social philosophy emerging from the San Francisco Bay Area, the heart of this booming internet industry. Now, they describe this philosophy as being a blend of the freewheeling spirit of the hippies and the entrepreneurial zeal of the yuppies, mixing up the countercultural radicalism of the 60s with new economic liberalism. And this ideology was catalyzed by the liberating and freedom-loving technology of the internet. In fact, this is why companies like eBay, Yahoo, PayPal, and Google were often associated with this ideology, as they championed the power of the internet to disrupt traditional industries and democratize access to information and services around the world. And because of the huge potential of the internet, this birthed the rise of social media in the 2000s, with sites like Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter transforming the way people communicate and share information. And back then there was no censorship. The internet was the Wild West. And this is when we saw the birth of internet culture, with icons like Pepe the Frog being born.
Yeah. There's this thing, this website. It's called the Wayback Machine, and it's so cool. You can basically type in any website you want and see how it looked like way back in 2010 or 2005. If I search it up, I visited it today. I was curious. Oh my god, sorry. The way, bro. Wayback Machine. This is so cool. So basically, you go on it, and you can type in a link here. So, for example, if you take YouTube, right? You take the YouTube link and paste it in here, and you browse the history. You can go back to all these different years. And for example, let's go to 2005, when it came out, and let's say you want to see what it looked like on October 1st, 2005. You would pick this a timestamp, and it'll load you in on what the homepage of YouTube looked like. Look at this. So yeah, YouTube had all this weird gray stuff, and lots of the links and things won't work on the websites from the way back, because many of the videos, if they've been taken down or if they got demonetized or whatever, then it won't work. But it looks something like this. I don't know, let's try emo space. That emo was a big thing back then. Yeah, Looney Tunes. What happens if we click on a link? It might not work though. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it doesn't work. But sometimes they do, some more well-known video. Oh, wait, does it? Oh, it did work. Oh, okay. So this is what videos look like. Here's the recommended section. Then the section we now have here is here. The comments 6 hours ago, 4 hours ago. That's not actually that was 6 hours ago back in 2005. Which is crazy. Can I play it? No. Yeah, sometimes they take down the videos. But you can see all these different kids or teens. They would post these videos, and it was more social. Now YouTube is super professional and very competitive. It's not as free, but back then it was I'm saying back then I existed back then. But even still, in 2010, 11, 12, it wasn't super competitive. Around 2015, I would say it got became this professional place to make money.
However, before we continue, I want to quickly tell you about something. Every day I spend most
Okay, I'm gonna skip this, but Grammarly, come on, I'm open for sponsors. Please, anyone, I'm begging you, I'm not begging you. Nice, I'm looking in the chat. Yeah, those kids are now 30. It's crazy, yeah. Let's skip the ads.
Now, Pepe the Frog initially emerged in 2005 in Matt Fourier's comic A Boy's Life. The comics feature Pepe and his anthropomorphic animal friends, embodying typical college lads. One comic showed Pepe responding to a question about his restroom visit, to which he retorted to "Feels good, man," a phrase that would later become synonymous with one of the earliest social media sites, 4chan. And the frog quickly grew in popularity with 4chan users, resembling the average 4chan user's attitude at the time. And by 2009, Pepe and his catchphrase had entered the realm of popular culture, securing an entry in Know Your Meme. And with Pepe's increasing popularity, various versions of the frog started appearing, including sad, smug, and angry Pepes, which further catapulted Pepe's fame across all platforms like Reddit, Twitter, Tumblr, and any other.
And even still now, if you search up memes on YouTube, you would get this guy in almost all of the thumbnails. Sorry, thumbnails. Why is it called a thumbnail? It's so gross. Why not call it middle fingernail or pointer nail, or no, why nail? Just call it just banner. Thumbnail.
other social media platform that you can think of. However, Pepe's mainly started to morph. Through 4chan's binding spirit of repression, edginess, and free expression, Pepe began to symbolize more than just a meme. It was beginning to become an emblem of free speech, radical thought, conspiracy theories, and just your average internet user who appreciated and loved the internet in this time. This was the golden years of the internet. Even 4chan itself was never even a business. It was just born from the efforts of a 15-year-old Christopher Poole, who sought to connect with fellow enthusiasts of Japanese culture, using the internet to create a new type of community. In fact, this was such a bad business model that Poole was actually losing money, with a debt of over $20,000. But this didn't matter because 4chan was never actually about profits. It was about uniting like-minded individuals to discuss Japanese culture and anime, offering a perfect outlet for marginalized individuals across the globe to express their passions freely. They could connect with anyone, anywhere, and internet culture was booming. And soon the scope of 4chan's discussions quickly expanded to include video games, music, literature, fitness, politics, and sports. At a time when the internet was mostly used by outcasts, it brought together outcasts from every niche, as this was a period before iPhones, TikTok videos, and the corporatization of the internet, making this community of outsiders on 4chan revolutionary. And that's why, unsurprisingly, 4chan was the breeding ground for internet culture. It was the pioneer of this, with many early memes coming from 4chan defining the internet landscape. Another one aside from Pepe the Frog was the lolcat meme, combining a cat's image with text. And as these memes entered the realm of public consciousness, it became clear that 4chan was no longer just a haven for niche groups, its influence was infiltrating popular culture. And over time, 4chan's memes evolved into trolling. For instance, the infamous Rick Roll was born when a 4chan user shared a YouTube link which was supposed to lead to a GTA 4 trailer, but instead directed users to Rick Astley's song Never Gonna Give You Up. Another example is when the
Wait, what? I always thought that Rick rolling was like a YouTube thing. I never knew it came from 4chan. That's wait, hold on. Wait, how did I not know that? Wait, does 4chan still exist? I don't know. I'm gonna search it up now. No, it probably still exists. I never knew that the Rick rolls came from there. Oh, nice.
The bizarre song by Tay Zonde, Chocolate Rain, was posted to 4chan, and 4chan users all came together to boost its YouTube ranking for fun, so much so that it actually became a mainstream song, and went viral everywhere, even getting a feature in South Park.
Oh, in old ages, thumbnail is used as a signature. Right, okay. I didn't know that. Alright, thanks for the clarification there. Yeah, I'm too new. I'm too Gen Z. I bet you almost anyone who uses YouTube probably doesn't know that. For most people, thumbnail. Or maybe I'm just living under a rock.
I don't think so. Nothing takes priority over chocolate rain.
Another infamous trolling episode involved Mountain Dew's marketing campaign, where customers voted for this new name of their drink, with all of the 4chan users banding together to rig this vote, demonstrating their ability to disrupt mainstream marketing campaigns and mainstream popular culture as a whole. However, the trolling didn't stop at harmless pranks on businesses. 4chan users would also embark on extreme forms of trolling against corporations, governments, and any group they seemed to be harming the world, with a group of anonymous 4chan users forming the group now known as Anonymous. At first, they began orchestrating
Wait. Anonymous came from 4chan? Wasn't Anonymous like there before like the 90s or like in the 90s and earlier? I thought it was like some OG hacking group.
mass trolling events, which finally brought 4chan into
What?
the mainstream spotlight, as they infamously
4chan? Bro, I gotta join the site, bro. Is this site still up? 4chan, I'm gonna do that later.
targeted the church.
That is crazy. Okay, alright.
Scientology in 2008, as they launched a DDoS attack on their websites, whilst also Rick Roll
Oh yeah, DDoS, yeah.
the church. And then Anonymous began publishing YouTube videos in a robotic anonymous voice, which went viral, sparking global protests against the church. And it didn't just stop there. Anonymous went on to disrupt major banks, support WikiLeaks, aid the Arab Spring riots, and even hacked 485 Chinese government websites in protest against the oppressive treatment of citizens. 4chan, once haven of weeaboos, had expanded its reach to set precedents for memes, trolling, and real-world accountability. They were the pioneers of free speech. What began as an outlet for the marginalized few was now a platform challenging tyrannical governments and predatory organizations, giving a voice to the voiceless. And this is what the golden age of the internet was about. This was the ethos. The freedom-loving, edgy nature of the internet was what made it so golden. However, it was around the mid-2000s.
Oh my god, I still remember the gummy bear guy. I was in kindergarten, and all throughout like kindergarten, probably to grade 5, teachers like they'll be asking for song suggestions, and every single person in class, including me, obviously, would be give us the gummy bear song. Give us the gummy bear song, and like it was just so like, and the song came out like what 2000 and I'm not sure when it came out. I'm guessing my guess would probably be 2005, 2008 maybe, but yeah, wow, that yeah.
Predatory organizations, giving a voice to the voiceless, and cycled, and nothing made it
My
so
bad.
golden. However, it was around the mid-2010s that the dead internet theory claims the online world became a repetitive and homogeneous capitalist machine, where almost everything became recycled and nothing was original. Which is why, as the internet evolved, it seems like many of the utopian dreams and Californian ideology became rotten from the inside. All the utopian dreams of freedom, liberty, and a more intelligent population seem to just fade into the distance. Just look at the companies and industries that the internet has created.
Yeah, bro, it's so true because like if you ever scroll through like TikTok for like an extended period of time, like on the toilet or something, or is that just me? Just saying. But yeah, no. If you like scroll through TikTok, after like maybe 20 minutes or so, you will just see the same people doing the same trends, or like even like double like the same videos. I mean, TikTok's algorithm is really good to get you hooked on watching videos forever, but I don't know, it's just super repetitive. In like if there's like one trend, then like all the YouTubers do it, or TikTokers, and then there's another thing and they all just do it. It's not anymore like if someone's doing their own thing and another person's doing their own thing. You know, that's why like I'm a huge fan of like smaller channels and like smaller like YouTubers in general, because they usually don't latch onto the trends to make the most like money and monetization from their videos, because usually the bigger a YouTuber or TikToker or whatever Instagram like person gets, the more they just want financial gain instead of just making good quality. Now they like you have some people, certain like YouTubers that are super popular but don't do that. Like for example, I guess Vsauce in a way, or maybe like maybe there's like these certain like channels that are like more like a studio. They don't really like, they're not like YouTubers. But yeah, it gets really repetitive sometimes.
Instead of connecting people and making their lives better, the internet has created new, even more predatory and exploitative ways of running a business. Airbnb and Uber are often cited as examples of the sharing economy or gig economy, where services are provided by individuals on a freelance or part-time basis.
Yeah, TikTok is trash. Yeah, agreeable. In some ways, I guess TikTok is somewhat acceptable, but most times TikTok is just shit. I mean, you just have weird, cringy people dancing, and your occasional, usually it's a bunch of weirdos. But if you just need quick info, or like a quick info on like what to do and how to do something, or I don't know. My top app is YouTube. 100, like the whole, like nothing can be YouTube. YouTube is the OG for me. YouTube is the OG.
Basis, often through a digital platform. And then these companies present themselves as community-orientated businesses that simply connect people who have specific needs, like a ride or a place to stay, with others who can meet those needs. Airbnb, for instance, positions itself as a platform that allows homeowners to rent out their homes or rooms to travelers, fostering a sense of the traveling community, offering a more personal and local experiences than traditional hotels. Similarly, Uber presents itself as a service that connects drivers and riders from all around the world, providing a more convenient and potentially cheaper alternative to the traditional taxi industry. However, what's becoming clear is that one of the best marketing strategies for these companies is to co-opt the idea of community for their own economic benefit. And whilst they do provide a platform for individuals to offer services, they also take such a huge cut of their earnings, and the workers or service providers take on much of the risk and receive few of the protections typically associated with employment. For example, Uber drivers are considered independent contractors rather than employees, which means they are responsible for their own vehicle costs and don't receive benefits like health insurance or paid time off. Similarly, Airbnb hosts take on the risks associated with renting out their homes, such as property damage or problematic guests, all while contributing to the rising rent costs that we're seeing in almost every major global city. Gentrification is becoming the norm through Airbnb, completely decimating the communities that were actually there, all for a new form of supposed community through short-term rentals instead of long-term housing, generating waves of people who are completely atomized, not knowing their neighbors, outpriced by random foreigners, all while destroying the culture and traditions that these neighborhoods fostered. And you're seeing protests against this all over the world. And that's why these companies have been known to engage in an aggressive lobbying effort to avoid any regulations that apply to traditional industries like taxi and hotels, arguing that such regulations don't apply to them because they're simply tech platforms, not service providers. The internet and the way it's been exploited by these companies are killing industries across the world. Both the customers and the workers are left worse off with higher prices, lower pay, and a whole lot of resentment. But somewhat ironically, the internet is dying as well. Link rot is a term used to describe the phenomenon where hyperlinks on the internet become obsolete or broken over time. Now, this can occur for a variety of reasons, such as when the web page that the link is pointing to is removed, deleted, or restructured, or when the website itself is taken down. And this can also happen when the domain is not renewed, or when there are server issues. However, a recent study by Old Dominion University's Department of Computer
Wait, but isn't there like, since like the rise of AI, couldn't like those like website like domain or like the like if someone uses like a website builder like Wix, like I use Wix to build my website, and if like can't like Wix integrate like an AI where every few years, like 5 years or so, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, the AI like refreshes the link or gives it a new link or does something, because like I feel like, oh wait, but like but I guess like again, if there's too much data and like too much links and all that, after like 20 years or so, the internet can't really keep up with all that data, especially like money. Yeah, true, but I mean, if you pay money to get your link refreshed, then, but then again, if everyone just pays money to get their link refreshed, then again, yeah. Good point. I don't know. Let's keep watching.
Science found that link rot is a significant issue online because, according to the study, nearly 11% of shared resources will be lost after the first year of publishing, and after that, 0.02% will be lost per day. This means that over the course of 20 years, it's estimated that 98.4% of links on the internet may experience some form of link rot, meaning that a huge portion of the information that you see online is effectively disappearing. And this isn't just limited to casual browsing or general information. This has serious implications for various sectors in the world, including legal and academic fields. For instance, more than 50% of US Supreme Court opinions contain dead links, completely wiping out various sources to support any arguments or decisions made. In fields.
So then how do you, if it's like has to do with like now law and all that, money now, like, you know, it wouldn't really be like, in it, because like the law and stuff, it's like also like with like money, and I don't know, I guess it's like, I don't know, yeah, because like what would the government have to pay to the government to like get the links? After 7 years. Oh. True, yeah. You got a point, yeah. I guess, yeah. Or like imagine like someone like finds the cure to cancer, and then the link just rots through the formula. But yeah, let's keep watching. Yeah.
Where this is necessary, as if these links are broken, then it becomes incredibly hard to verify the information or to follow the reasoning of the court. Similarly, over 70.
Oh yeah, I guess. And there's no need for a link then. It'll just be... Yeah. Well, I guess that whole day of me working on my website will just evaporate in 7 years.
80% of Harvard academic journals contain some sort of link rot, and these academic journals rely on numerous citations to support their findings. Without this, all academic integrity is lost. If these links are broken, then it makes it incredibly difficult to ever verify any information online, or even to build upon this research. In any case though, it makes our idea of the internet being this everlasting record of humanity seem out of date. Maybe this isn't death though. In fact, link rots reflect the way everything else changes over time. Just like the cells in your body, new web pages and links are born, whilst the old ones die off to be replaced. However, the problem here is that we're not keeping track of the important parts, and we're not replacing the old internet with anything of value. It's the content of the new internet, the internet that we see today, that counts. And when you take a closer look at the
But if the old like internet dies off, how does the time back machine work? Or, I mean, oh well, I guess the links then on the websites don't work. Yeah. Yeah, no, I guess like if it get physically then destroyed, cause like everything is still kept in like servers. There's like giant server rooms in like places.
state of the modern internet, easy to come to the conclusion that it's dead and that it's been this way for some time. And to understand why the internet has died, we need to look into the dead internet theory. Now, the dead internet theory is a relatively recent idea that originated from an obscure online forum. The theory was first proposed in a post that suggested that the internet as we knew it died around 2016 or 2017, with the post claiming that the internet is now largely controlled by artificial intelligence.
That is true. That is true. I remember 2015, 2016 feeling the internet feeling much different than it does in 2024. It would be engineering for us. Oh, yeah, true. No, this is deep. This video is much deeper than I thought. I thought it would be just some, messing around. Yeah, no, yeah, they'll then like take the, yeah. Man, I wish we could just like get like a server or like a certain like building just dedicated of browsing through 2016 internet or something. That would be pretty cool.
And bots that generate content to manipulate people's thoughts and actions, suggesting that many online influencers aren't even real, but simply paid shows, or working as part of government disinformation units. Now, quickly the theory gained traction, and was picked up by various online communities and eventually made its way into.
Yeah, there's been like this really trending this like one influencer that exploded on TikTok that was apparently from North Korea, and people. Like when like some guy like one day searched up like North Korea whatever, and this one girl came up, and apparently she's like from North Korea, and like she was taking videos like in North Korea, and it was real, but like then like people started saying that's government, like that's the government's behind that, and it's like it's all just like propaganda or whatever to make North Korea seem like this good place, which I don't really know what to think of anymore with all like because on the internet anyone can just say whatever they want. Yeah. What do you mean? Oh wow. Sorry about that. My mom just came in. Once had like, that was like some emergency going on. Nothing. What were we talking about? Yeah, North Korea. I don't really want to get into North Korea. It's kind of a sketchy. I don't really do politics, but yeah. Long story short, you got TikTok to explain to you. Although TikTok's not the most trusted, it's not the most trusted place to learn about politics.
Into the mainstream media discussions.
You, me, everyone. We're living in a real-life matrix designed to distract you from the truth that we're just drones in a digital anthill. We live, work, and die so that the wealthy and powerful can grow more wealthy and powerful.
Despite its dubious origins, the dead internet theory resonated with many people's experiences with the internet. It seemed to capture a
There's lots of
sense of
stupid theories,
disillusionment
but, like,
and unease
sometimes
about the
they get
changes that have occurred in the online world. And the core idea of this theory is that the internet changed from the creative and quirky world of the late 90s and early 2000s to a repetitive, homogeneous, empty, capitalistic machine. You see, according to the theory, almost everything we see online is just looking to generate clicks for financial or political gain.
That is
Personal
basically-
websites and
I mean,
blogs have become redundant.
Hell, even I just by making YouTube videos, I'm looking for sponsorships. I'm looking to make money, but it's not always like I got my website. If you want to check it out, I'll link it down below, down below of the stream. It's basically just my gallery. I'm not really asking for any financial gain or anything. It's if you just want to look at my digital art, you can check it out. I'll install a little counter to see how many views I get. But yeah, you know, I'm trying to like do something like that where it's not always like money or whatever, you know, behind it. It's always like it's just like, you know, being social and, you know, being fun. All right, let's keep watching.
Due to the rise of social media sites like Facebook and Instagram, and many creative ideas have fallen by the wayside, looking to be replaced by an empty, hollowed out, corporatized version of the same thing. And I mean, there's truth to this. Currently, 43% of all internet bandwidth is consumed simply by 6 mega corporations: Netflix, Google, Amazon, Facebook, Microsoft, and Apple, controlling almost 50% of the internet. And through their highly developed algorithms, split testing, and billions in research, they know how to addict you, to suck away your attention. And they are the largest players in creating our dopamine-fried generation, developing the foundations for our constant seeking of stimulation. I mean, it's gone so bad that in a recent study, participants were left alone with their thoughts for 16 to 15 minutes, and about 50% of these people found the experience incredibly boring. So boring, in fact, that when given the option to self-administer an electric shock, a significant number of participants chose to do so rather than just sit with their own thoughts for 6 minutes. Because our generation, a generation that's grown up on the modern internet, has become so accustomed to the constant distractions and noise that we'll flee into the hands of these companies. As we never want to be bored, we have been trained to never want to be with our own thoughts. And yet boredom and solitude, being with your own thoughts, is what fosters creativity and ingenuity. Isaac Newton and J.K. Rowling, who made historic discoveries or created noble works of art, always had this creativity during periods of solitude and boredom. I mean, just staring at your wall for 10 minutes can give you more insights about yourself, your habits, and future than any social media site can possibly provide. And yet, all while you have your dopamine.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, when I was like little, like I'm talking like 3 years old, 5 years old, like I hadn't got a tablet I think since I was like 8 or 9. Yeah, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, somewhere there. I mean that's still pretty young, but I got some I had some crappy Samsung tablet, never worked. But when I was like 3, 4, 5, like the very I feel like those years are the most important for mental development of a child and like their creativity, because my creativity is very high. I mean, in my opinion, I think my creativity is above average. And I think that's partly because when I was like around that age, 4, 5, 6, I didn't really like. I mean, I still watch like movies with my grandparents. They mainly just controlled the TV. I wasn't allowed to really touch the electronics in the house when at that age, but I wasn't able to touch the phone until I was like 6, 7. But like when I was like younger, I didn't really have like technology around. I would mainly just draw or read or just stare in the ceiling or go outside and play. And I feel like that really kind of just sparked the development of the creativity, where you can like think of like stories in your head, or because I'm pretty good at writing and like storytelling, and I feel like because I wasn't bombarded with all these different sounds and videos and all that at the younger age, that's why my creativity is a bit higher. But then like again, still I was pretty young when I got a hold of in the internet. But still, you know, the longer a child doesn't use the electronics, I feel like the more natural the development will be of their brains. And I guess that's why a lot more kids these days have things like ADHD or like OCD, or even like Tourette's or autism or whatever. Mainly because it might be the rise of these electronic devices in the 90s and early 2000s. But yeah, but that's just a theory, a game theory. He's my favorite YouTuber. I gotta do it.
Fried, your attention span destroyed, your thoughts decimated. This then allows people to collect all of your data and chop it up and sell it for billions. And who is this data even going towards? Websites generating a culture of freedom, liberty, and authenticity? No. It goes to those who are robbing your future potential by destroying your dopamine. Social media sites that have monopolized the internet, preying on a generation's destroyed brain chemistry. Companies destroying your mental health. Like the culture of Instagram, for example, that from Instagram's inception has promoted a culture of photoshopping your face, leading to the widespread use of the term Instagram reality. There's even a subreddit with over 1 million subscribers that exposes the fabricated, idealized life that is so commonplace on Instagram. And it's not just faces and bodies that are fabricated, it's even people's audiences. I mean, it's remarkably easy to buy bot accounts as followers, a practice that a ton of celebrities engage in. For instance, it's estimated that Ariana Grande...
Yeah, but like, doesn't like... Because I was looking at that, and not like that I was gonna get it or anything, but that these bot accounts, after a few months, the algorithms of this like social medias, they would detect them and just delete them or something. I think that's what some guy said. But isn't like also like, wouldn't that be breaking their policies or something? I don't know. Here's I have gotten this cookie. I have acquired it. Here's some ASMR. Alright, that's cringy. I'm not doing that. ASMR is so weird, bro. I don't get how people can just sit there in silence, just chewing with the mic up their mouth. It's so weird to me. Alright, let's go.
has over 65 million fake followers, and it's all of these deceptions that contribute to an unrealistic standard on Instagram. And despite growing awareness of these falsehoods, they still subconsciously impact your mindset and mental health, as Instagram's 500 million regular users will constantly face a daily bombardment of unattainable standards, leading to the subconscious comparison to others' perfect yet fake lives. And there are consequences to this. According to recent research, among the 5 major social media platforms that young people use, Instagram was rated as the most detrimental to users' mental health, having the most severe effects on people's body image, which was also linked with depression and anxiety.
Yo, thank God I don't use Instagram that much. My number one app is probably YouTube, and my second most is probably TikTok or something like that. I was looking at my statistics. For some reason, Reddit is very high up. I think it's number 4 or 3. But Instagram, I don't really use all that much. I mean, I don't really find too much interest. I know when Instagram first became like well known, it was kind of like a photography app, but I feel like it steered away from that very hard. In terms of photography, 500px I personally use, and I think it's pretty good for photography. Hopefully they don't have those now short form videos just like any other social media platform. But yeah.
all due to Instagram's toxic culture of perfectionism, something that has generated Zuckerberg untold billions. And what's even more disturbing is that Facebook, the parent company of Instagram, has been intentionally overlooking these issues on both platforms. In late 2021, an internal presentation for Instagram and Facebook employees was leaked, revealing shocking content and implications. The presentation not only showed that Instagram is harmful to young people, but also that Facebook has conducted detailed research on its effects. And the most damning statement it makes is that Instagram is, quote, harmful for a sizable percentage of teens, particularly teenage girls. For instance, 40% of teens now felt unattractive due to Instagram. And yet the weirdest part is that these teenagers are actually completely aware of the detrimental effects of Instagram, but they're still addicted by its algorithm, being compelled to use it for the fear of missing out, trapping hundreds of millions of people into a vicious cycle of constantly seeking the next dopamine hit and feeling left out and inadequate if you don't.
Oh, my bad, my bad. I just thought of the apps I use as I was listening to this. My number one is still YouTube, but my number two has to be Snapchat. I use it almost every day. But that's more like social. I mean, you just talk with people. I just use it for texting, or in posting images.
Continually chasing the dopamine, fearing you're missing out, striving to out 15 minutes.
Well, what did I do? Oh no, I moved it. No. Nope, you're not understand. Culture of Instagram. There we go. Yeah, I was gonna say you can find it right. Oh, my bad. I thought I put my Snapchat in those boxes there. I didn't. But I'll link in the description. I'll link it.
And about 50% of these people found the experience incredibly boring. So boring, in fact, that when given the option to self-administer an electric shock, it's constantly seeking the next dopamine hit and feeling left out and inadequate if you don't. Continually chasing the dopamine, fearing you're missing out, striving to outdo others, caught in this photoshopping loop that completely destroys your self-esteem and what little dopamine that's left in your brain. And yet what's even more alarming is that this evidence isn't even enough for Facebook. They're intent on exploiting even more of the population because this is generating them hundreds of billions. And this was evidenced by their plans to release a version of Instagram for children under 13. This disturbing move was only delayed by the leak of the presentation. Otherwise, this probably would have been launched by now. Even though Facebook is very aware how unsafe Instagram is for teenagers, they're now going to target even more vulnerable and naive younger children, clearly demonstrating Facebook's.
Also, bro, a huge concern of mine is YouTube Kids, bro. I think giving normal YouTube is better and healthier than YouTube Kids. Like, the amount of weird over-sexualized content on that site is crazy. And it's all targeted towards toddlers and like 5-year-olds and stuff. Yeah, I have this one friend, son of my mom. His little brother, the only 2 words he knows is skibbity and toilet. Sorry, excuse me. Those are the only 2 words. That's the only content he watches. And I guess these big companies make it especially addictive for these, like, even younger children. They just like, because these days kids get an iPad at like age 3 or 4 or 5 even. Like this study, it showed that kids by the age of 2 already understand the concept of a touch screen, which at the age of like 4 or 5, I was still understanding how a mouse works. But no, yeah, it's very unhealthy. Yeah.
Disregard for its users and population, and the only reason they paused the release of this children's app was due to the public backlash. But once that eventually subsides, it's likely that we'll see the release of Instagram Kids soon after. And bear in mind, this company controls Instagram, WhatsApp, and soon the metaverse, boasting over 3.5 billion users across all of its platforms. Half of the entire world's population is now being influenced by this company. And how is this power being utilized? To destroy your mental health, destroy your dopamine, ruin your future potential, ruin your body image, and atomizing you from your community. And the more of these negative emotions that are harnessed by Facebook,
the more money Zuckerberg gets.
then fuels more division amongst people, more aggressive political divides, more back and forths, more internet drama, which then promotes more engagement, more addiction to the platform, and more negative emotions for everyone. But if you thought things can get any faker than they are now on the internet, wait until you see this, because right now, we're about to go into the next stage in internet culture, a stage that's arguably worse.
Yeah, deepfakes. Oh my god. Deepfakes have ruined so many people's lives. It's crazy. Like, it's funny. Like, I don't know if they take Trump's voice and make him say some things that Gen Z or Gen Alpha would say. I mean, that's all right, but like, people like take this AI and just abuse its power. Like for example, here's an example. It's been on the news. I saw it on, I think it was it Inside Edition or CB. I don't know. It was one of the news, bigger news. But basically, there's this 18-year-old girl that like was like super popular on Instagram, right? And like, you know, Instagram again. But she basically, like, some guy took her face, right? And then like used AI and he put her face on some other person's body that was apparently in like the adult film industry. And then everyone, like, it's a deep fake, so everyone thinks she did that, and now she can't, like, she can barely get a job, she can barely do anything without, like, you know, people like being like, oh, this and that. So like this AI, like if you abuse its power, it can be very serious and have very serious consequences. So yeah, deep
Worse than the
stuff.
one we're already in, the age of AI and deepfakes. From Twitch streamers morphing into adult film stars, to Joe Rogan endorsing fraudulent products, and even some deepfakes
Yeah.
that could genuinely trigger a massive global conflict.
Yeah, I bet if I showed my grandma Putin doing a TikTok dance, she would genuinely think that he's doing a TikTok dance.
And now it's starting to pop up on all parts of the internet, like this clip for example.
First to be called in a sequence determined by national lottery will be men and women whose 20th birthday falls during calendar year 2023. Remember, you're not sending your sons and daughters to war. You're sending them to freedom. God bless our troops and God bless Ukraine.
Now the clip you just viewed is arguably one of the most dangerous uses of deepfakes the internet has ever seen, with this video going viral on Twitter, amassing over 8 million views. And it's these sorts of deepfakes that hold the potential to ignite real-world conflicts, because the power of these deepfakes to sway vast numbers of people is incredibly damaging to everyone. And it's unsurprising that countries like Russia,
And yeah, and mainly, like, also lots of people that I guess view the news sources, or like view lots of like news are mainly older people. Like, you don't really see Gen Alpha or Gen Z, especially Gen Alpha, like looking at the news being like, ah, yes, that is a problem or whatever. You mainly see like, you know, 30, 40, 50-year-olds mainly just like, you know, adults basically being super interested in news. But like if they're too old to distinguish like what is a deep fake and what is not, you know, that can be kind of that's very serious. Yeah.
are already starting to experiment with deepfakes as weapons. As early as 2021, European Parliament members were taken aback when they discovered that they had been talking to a deepfake of Putin critic Leonard Volkov. They thought they were speaking to this critic only to find out that this was just an AI robot, with the whole European Parliament being trolled. Exploiting the low resolution of video calls, two social media pranksters backed the Kremlin impersonator Volkov and held meetings with high-ranking officials across Europe. And the fact that this was a fabrication was only revealed much later after the meeting. And whilst this incident was highly embarrassing for those who were deceived, this luckily didn't cause too much damage. But it did show everyone the true threat of deepfakes and how this can crush democracy. Because this isn't the first time it's been used for these reasons, as Russia has actually decided to escalate the use of deepfakes in a bold attempt to tip the scales of war in their favor. Like for example when they failed to force Ukraine into submission. And so Russia released a completely deepfake video of President Zelensky instructing Ukrainian troops to surrender to Russia, which marked the first time a state has so openly used deepfakes as a weapon to disseminate misinformation. And initially, it did seem to be working, with one post of the video
It's a
garnering
very
over
dangerous weapon.
120,000 views on Twitter, and the comments believed it. In fact, Ukrainian news channels were even hacked and forced to broadcast the false surrender message before they were taken offline. And like anything in AI, right now we are witnessing the worst version of it. It's only going to get exponentially better. And so as this technology advances, it's going to become increasingly difficult to disprove and discredit.
Oh, I know this program. I use it. It's called MetaHuman, I think. Yeah, it's by Unreal Engine, and you can make very realistic human models. and human like people. It's not even like in the uncanny valley anymore. That's how realistic these graphics has got. Like graphics. Sorry. Like in some games, if you look at some of the new games, the sun, like in the virtual sun that's shining at the character. If you look at the character's ears, you can literally see them glowing, because in real life the ears are made of like cartilage, and that's super thin, right? Like I think Red Dead Redemption has that in like ultra settings, but the crazy details are crazy. It's not like the uncanny valley like you've seen like in the Polar Express or like that. It's super realistic now.
Credit these fakes, making their impact far more unpredictable. But it's not just propaganda we should worry about. This can be used for blackmail. It can be used to destroy people's entire careers, or even scam people. Like for example on TikTok, there's been countless Joe Rogan clips going around where he promotes these shoddy products, only for people to realize later on that it was just a deepfake after all. Now most of the deepfakes featuring Joe Rogan are harmless comedy, like this recent viral deepfake of Joe Rogan and Jordan Peterson discussing Bionicle.
If there's any older viewers that are wondering who Joe Rogan is, he's basically a retired wrestler that now has his own podcast and became like super popular and trendy on TikTok and platforms like that. And and like he's super easy to deepfake, I guess. So yeah, just FYI.
Which Bionicle do you like the most? I really still like the classics. Takanuva, Tahu.
I don't know. Well, Axon. I really liked Axon.
I remember
Piraka.
these.
Remember Piraka?
I was
Vicious
given
Creatures was
one
Piraka.
of
Yeah,
these
but
as a
they
kid.
were cool still. Like, remember the rap?
Yes, I remember the rap. It's like they were possessed. Did you know that Makuta is just the Maori, the Maori word for postmodern neo-Marxism?
Is that true? Jamie, pull that up. Is that true?
You bet your ass it is true.
However, one of the first deepfake scams to gain traction used Joe Rogan's likeness and speech for very shady purposes. In early February 2023, a video was uploaded that appeared to show Joe Rogan and a guest discussing a new male performance supplement and encouraging people to buy it on Amazon. And so many people got hoodwinked by the scam, as the video went viral on TikTok. Now it's uncertain how many people were fooled, but it definitely worked, boosting their sales dramatically. And the success and notoriety of this scam has led to a huge wave of copycats, which are only becoming more and more sophisticated over time as the AI rapidly grows its abilities, making it so that many of the videos you see online may not even be real anymore. Already we're seeing more and more videos on YouTube Shorts and TikTok that are just completely deepfaked, and it takes watching these videos several times to actually catch on. So what's this going to look like in 5 years from now? But for right now, they're not really manipulating public opinion on a huge scale just yet. Whilst the news does make deepfakes seem like some
realistic, the image of that guy. I forgot his name. What's his name again? It's on the tip of my tongue. Morgan Freeman. That was crazy.
massive threat
Right, Morgan Freeman? It's Morgan Freeman.
to free speech and truth. The real threat is the government's censorship that's been misleading
my
people
keyboard,
for years.
my space
As a
button
recent
got stuck.
report on the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency uncovered the ugly truth about government censorship. While the CISA was originally made to prevent cyber attacks on the US government's critical infrastructure, they've been pushing their duties a little bit further. The House investigation describes the shift beginning in 2017, when the obscure agency flew under the radar and began their efforts to combat foreign misinformation. Very soon though, the foreign part was ignored, justifying it as protecting the sanctity of the elections. They began monitoring and censoring US citizens in social media. The CISA colluded with big tech companies to spy on and push down posts supporting certain viewpoints or ideas. Things like the lab leak theory, which was denied for literally years while everyone was in lockdown. If you had a YouTube channel, you would be completely banned from YouTube forever, just like any other social media site for merely suggesting it. If you brought it up on YouTube, you could be banned on Instagram, Twitter, and any other social media site. All big tech companies colluded together to censor anyone discussing it. And it was only years later that the government admitted that it was most likely actually true. Companies like Meta and Google would take reports on this so-called misinformation and stop it from spreading or showing up on their platforms. The report then alleges that the CISA made every effort to evade detection, outsourcing the work to a shell company to exploit legal loopholes. It even describes a committee meeting at the CISA about how it was only a matter of time before someone realizes we exist and starts asking about our work, end quotes. The CISA even started using a new term, quote, malinformation. It describes factual true information that's being spread without adequate context. They made this so that they could have false justification to flat out censor the truth. And whilst the report hasn't been proven yet, it does offer a whole lot of evidence. Email exchanges, records of meetings, it's all there to show how deep and widespread the censorship really became, as we've seen so many times with things like the Hunter Biden laptop story. But most importantly though, it illuminates one of the biggest threats to the internet, the use of the word misinformation as a label to censor anything the government doesn't want people to hear. It's the government through the CISA that decides what is and isn't misinformation, purely based on their own desires for what people should believe. And it's a tragedy that freedom of speech has become a partisan issue. This shouldn't be a right-wing talking point or a left-wing talking point. Everyone suffers from a repressed and corrupted society. And it's not just the US either. Most other countries have some sort of CISA alternative pulling the strings of public discourse. In the UK, it's called the Nudge Unit. In Australia, it's the Behavioral Economics Team. And we went into more detail on the Nudge Unit and other insidious methods of thought control in our Clockwork Orange video. But the bottom line here is that these attempts to control speech stand in direct opposition to the values the internet once represented. A culture of freedom, expression, and community is now having a painful slow death, suffocated by a glossy sheen of corporate and government influence.
Damn, that was deep. That was a deep video. But yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, how sometimes things can turn out. Anyways, guys, as you can see on the bottom of my screen, it is 1:05 a.m. and I gotta go. If you guys enjoyed my live stream, make sure to give me a sub. Let me just turn on. Oh man, my webcam is frozen. On freeze. Alright, there we go. If you guys liked it, make sure to give me a sub, like the video. I don't know, share it, whatever you want. If you guys want to see a live stream with the Oculus Quest 2, I can hook it up so that I can live stream what I'm seeing in there. I think that'll be pretty cool. And yeah, thanks. It was great. Good night. Thank you. Good night to my one viewer. But yeah, no, maybe this video will get more views. See you soon. Alright. Adios. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.